Yes, sir. Yeah. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Constantly learning. And as of this recording, the next week, so June 20th, 2023, I have an article coming out about why Nike is Nike. And the basis of this article was around the first trip that I took to a Nike factory that's not too far from here. It's not too far from right here, out here in Palm Beach Gardens. And the first trip I was taught, you'll read it in the article, but I was talking about my first experience with Nike and, one of the things, how they got me to get into the right shoes. It was the day before 10K and all that. You'll read all about that. As far as today, what I want to talk to you guys today about was today's Move Swiftly thought is the second trip that I took to this Nike factory, and another lesson was learned. Oh my goodness, another lesson was learned. I want you guys to understand something. You have got to be a lifelong learner wherever you go. All right, wherever you go, whatever it is you do, when you see organizations, when you see businesses, when you see setups, when you see systems that inspire you, you have to figure out ways of integrating that into your own business. It's life teaching you. I call it life. That's why you call it life coaching, because you're letting the things you do in your day-to-day life, you're letting that be the teacher. You're letting that be the teacher in terms of how you should operate your business. That's the true essence of entrepreneurship, is going out into the world, figuring some shit out. Ain't no school for this shit. You got to be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. All right, let me give you an example. Yesterday, I'm in the Nike store, right? And it is time for me to replace these sneakers that I had, that I've been wearing. The sneakers that I replaced weren't sneakers that I ran in. They were sneakers that I used to just wear around every day, and they were just terrible. I hate paying for sneakers. They were just terrible. I mean, the sole was coming out. It was all beat up, and I held on to them as long as I possibly could. But truthfully, just walking in them bitches was just killing my legs, especially seeing that my mileage is going up in terms of my runs and all that. So I finally buckled. I said, you know what? Time to replace these damn sneakers, right? So I go to the Nike store, and I find my replacement, which is the shoes I have on now. Just finished a 12-mile run in them. You can look at them. Nike Air Zooms, right? And I put them on immediately because it's a factory. It wasn't like the store where you got to get people to go in the back and get your shoes. It's all right there. We could try it on right then and there, right? So I put the shoes on, and I like them, and I wear them to go. I just say, fuck it, I'm just walking around, because I knew I was going to run in the morning. I was going to run in them the next morning to break them in. So I just figured, hey, why don't I just wear them out the store, walk around with them a little bit. That way I can start breaking them in early, right? So the old shoes I put in the new box. I put the old shoes in the new box, and I paid for the brand new shoes, right? And I asked the guy, I said, hey, by the way, do you have, I don't need these shoes anymore. Do you have anywhere where I can recycle, or where I could, throw them? I don't want to just, toss them in the trash or whatever. And he goes, yeah. Just see that back corner right there. You see that back corner right there? Just toss them in there, and they'll be reused, right? And immediately, I'm talking about immediately, as I read the sign, and I took a picture of it. I'll post it later, but I read the sign, and it brought me back to the renovation of Traz Powell Stadium. Let me tell you something about this stadium, right? Traz Powell Stadium. It was about 3 or 4 years ago now, when the Super Bowl was in Miami. Traz Powell Stadium is in Miami-Dade County, and it serves as the home field for 7 different high schools in Miami, right? So the Miami Dolphins teamed up with Nike to renovate Traz Powell Stadium, and they debuted it on the week leading up to the Super Bowl in Miami. It was against the Chiefs versus the Niners. I believe the Chiefs won that one. Yeah, the Chiefs won that one. That was the first Super Bowl they won, right? So let me just tell you something, a little snippet about this field. The entire field has old shoes, the same type of old shoes that I actually threw and recycled yesterday. It has rubbery parts of those old shoes laid out on the entire Nike field. The entire Nike field is made up of old shoes, rubber shoes, and that renovated a field that's being used by 7 different high schools. So you see how Nike does their thing. And the real question is now, What exactly are you doing to make it so your stuff is constantly being reused? Because you never know. Again, you may put something out there right now. You may put something out there right now and it gets 0 views, it gets 0 listens, it gets 0 likes, it gets nothing. And then you look up 10, 15 years from now, your same product, your same content is being reused and reshuffled and is being used to help somebody else get through what they're going through. Think about it. You threw your Nikes away. I threw my Nikes away, and those same rubber shoes that I just tossed are now being reused to renovate a field that's being utilized by 7 different high schools in Miami. And to go further and to close you out, I'll close you out with this. If you go to Travis Powell Stadium now, you'll notice that they got all the legends. They got murals, dude. They got murals, paintings. They work with local Miami artists to make murals of the greats that played in Dade County, like Amari Cooper, Teddy Bridgewater, Galvin Cook, all those type of dudes. They have murals of them, paintings, and it's almost like it's a museum for all the true Dade County football stars, and there's quite a few of them. Again, think about how to reuse your stuff. Think about how to constantly create, because you never know what exactly is going to be used in the future. And if you're not putting stuff out there, don't expect major things to happen for you in the future. If you're not laying it all out on the line today, put it all out there, because you never know how and when it's going to be used tomorrow, right? To dive deeper into all this work, all this perspective, main website, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.